We didn't wait for the funding bodies. We started. We did the first season at Grant Street. It was a Dorothy Hewitt and an Alma de Groen. Chidley
Female
and
playwrights started there.
yeah, the first two plays we did were. That's right.
Was it Rivers of China?
No, it was Chidley and the Golden Oldies, Dorothy Hewitt's. We didn't have a grant. We just did it. I can't. The only thing we got was the use of the theatre, I think, for nothing, in Grant Street. But we didn't have a grant. Our first grant came
When you moved into Playbox.
when we moved, well, not even at the beginning, but after the first year. The first 6 months we had the elocution of Benjamin Franklin as a hire, and so we built up a kitty, which we lost in one production of Rockola, which we did with a very good cast, and Nimrod, I think it was, then not Belvoir, did with a very good cast, and both of us lost our a fortune on it, despite Bob Ellis saying that the Australian theatre was going to ride on the coattails of this play for the next 20 years. His predictions were not always good. Anyway, we lost it all and then had to start again. Our first grant was when Margot Hilton became the drama officer, and we got $3,000. I can remember it, and that was very exciting. But we didn't wait to ask permission. Should we start? And I suppose you could say, well, I wasn't going to, I wasn't financially dependent on that, and that was a luxurious position, but everyone else was the same. And not everyone went out of their way to make our life easy. John Sumner tried terribly hard to kill us. He stopped, we asked Freddie Parslow to be a board member because we tried to get Max Gilley. We tried to get people from all sides of the spectrum, and Freddie, who was was one of the senior actors sort of in town at the time, we asked him to come on the board, and he said, yes, he'd love to, that'd be good, but I'll just ask John. And John said to him, if you go on the board of the Playbox Theatre, you will never work again. Amen. So Freddie declined, and John wrote scurrilous things about us in the press, and I always said that John burnt the theatre down, but the police didn't share but he was the only one with the motive.
There's also a situation now where
I hasten to add that was a joke.
Because the need to generate income yourselves, and where you go to look for that money, there's some high risk takers in philanthropy. Finding a sponsor that's happy to go on the journey with you is another thing. And the first major sponsorship we got at Playbox was Shell, and they sponsored the Upstairs Theatre season, which was the most high risk work that Playbox was doing at that time.
And they gave us $10,000 at a meeting, and then said, go away and write the application, and Jill and I came skipping out down Collins Street, I can recall. It had never happened before.
And the person who made that decision was Tony Adair, who's currently the chair at Red Stitch.
Yes.
And was on the board here, and who loved the theatre. And often your best supporters are actually already in your camp and you don't know it. I always think people need to do a sort of CIA dissection of their own mailing lists and who's closest to them. Because you might well have someone, we didn't know him when we went to do that. But I think people could be braver. And if they are braver, they'll be rewarded.